Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, February 6th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol BBAI. Did this one in yesterday's top 10 video, and what an absolutely monster breakout. Yesterday, talked about this wedge formation here, and boy, oh boy, it got moving, and it got moving in a hurry. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete those lines out down there as they serve their purpose for now, and we will start afresh here with the new pattern that has formed. And this is a pattern here that you have to think all sorts of people are watching. So as I draw this into play, please understand this is not a great discovery. I'm not saying this is some sort of special skill on my part. No, this is an area that a lot of people you got to think are watching. And I make all those comments because when a lot of people are watching the same pattern and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So let me change that to green to represent support. And then to make the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all one color. So we have our area of resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right here. If you golfers out there try to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish in the pattern doesn't mean for sure the price is going to go upwards, but it's certainly more than plausible and rational to think that if the price were to do something like this and then come up there, that a break right there could very realistically create another round of upside buying pressure. So if you like this price range down below $10, you like bull pennants, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, NVDA, and another nice move here. Slow and steady winning the race ever since the pretty nasty gap down right here. You can see the price has been doing a good job of just building those higher lows, and if you envision each of those as stair steps, that's the name of the game. You just want to see those lows get higher and higher, and overall, as long as that is the case, that does imply that there's bullish momentum. Maybe not the most exciting momentum, but there is momentum in, again, the form of those higher bases. So continue to watch that dynamic right there. As far as the lows are concerned, preferably speaking from a support standpoint, you now would like to see the price stay above that purple line right there. The very well-known famous 50-period moving average right now valued at, we'll call it 120.60. Now, don't get me wrong, if the price comes down there and falls below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or anything like that. The much more important level of support, which I've talked about in past videos, down here at 115.30, but I'm not going to really go into that at all because as of right now, it's pretty irrelevant given how far the price has moved up right now. In terms of next key battlegrounds, next one going to be up there, top part of the channel right there at 2129.15. And then after that, not that far away, actually, you have one right there, that pink line right there, which is a 200-period moving average. Now, I say top part of the channel because to offer up a little bit more context, that's what NVIDIA is. So yeah, this movement has been good, but when we take a step back, as we're doing here, you can see that in all actuality, nothing has happened relative to the channel. The price is still just stuck in this sideways channel. Now, it's making progress, that's true, but it hasn't done anything in the regards to actually breaking out through the channel or anything like that. But as of now, like I said, slow and steady progress back up to the top of the channel. We'll see if the price can get the break. Next one, RGTI, and we have a very interesting, at least, well, I find it very interesting pattern here taking shape. And one part of the pattern is just a moving average, not a trend line. But top part of the pattern, nothing new here. I've been talking about this red line right here, but 1450 remains basically right up here, the top part of their pattern in the sense of that's where the resistance has been. And then on the flip side of things, if we use this purple line here, the 50-period moving average again, as a trend line itself, so we'll just pretend all of a sudden this is a trend line here. So if this continues to look something like that, we have ourselves a nice ascending triangle pattern, which is bullish. Like I've said, just because something's bullish doesn't mean it's for sure going to go up. But with this sort of price action, shock anybody? No, nobody would be shocked by that. Any technical trader would be like, oh, nice. Very nice looking ascending triangle pattern breakout. Once more, that's not to say that will for sure happen. That's why risk management matters. But that's not some sort of like shocking development or anything like that if it were to happen. So if you do like ascending triangle patterns, then in my opinion, at least, there's definitely a nice one taking shape here. Next one, TLRY. And this one, kind of tricky to talk about because there's a lot of perspectives. Now, if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, you bought the dip right there, or bought the dip right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 15 minutes after buying, well then, yes, from that standpoint, things are looking pretty rough because this was a very big pullback. But from the big picture of things, there is still an opportunity to show a sign of progress. And that is where this purple line here, actually I'm going to give it a little bit more wiggle room. So let me change this to green, because I did notice we have the former breakout points actually down here at $1.02. Now, why is $1.02 what I would call a make or break, do or die level? And I'm not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down here to $1.02 and then break down through there, what would you have at that point? You would quite literally have the price having gone right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make huge moves and then all of a sudden go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of genuine power. Again, I'm not saying that's what's going to occur, just explaining why $1.02, in my opinion, is a very, very important area of support. Now, if the price does try to turn itself back around, first key area of resistance you're going to want to watch very closely is that pink line there. 200 period moving average right now valued at, we'll call it $1.12. But as of right now, top priority is this going to make progress, or is this price going to go back to where it was? Because if it stays above here, that would be a low, and you look right there at that previous low, and as talked about previously, that would at least give you some stair steps in the upwards direction. So $1.02, definitely very important. Next one here, AMD, very, very eventful day, and to give credit where credit's due relative to where the price was at its lows here earlier on in the morning part of the session. I mean, there has been a very nice bounce, but that does lead to the question that we just pretty much talked about. Is there any sort of genuine power behind this price movement? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make that straightforward, because we need to see, well, can this at least start to show signs of progress? And the quote-unquote sign of progress in this situation is going to be, in my opinion, staying above 108.70. Because if the price were to come down here, break down through there, what do we have? Well, it's just discussed on the previous one. Well, you'd have the price all of a sudden right back to where it was, not a sign of genuine strength. Whereas, to be fair, nothing can go straight up. So if the price comes down here, bounces around, and then curls back upwards, what would you have in this situation? Well, you'd have the set of lows here. You'd have the set of low right there. You envision those as stair steps, and at least you have progress in the upwards direction. So 108.70, very, very important for that reasoning. In terms of next potential battlegrounds as this moves upwards, first key level going to be this former batch of supports right here, right around the 113 mark. You can see right here, this was a former area of supports. And just basic technical analysis states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. And then you're going to want to also keep an eye on that purple line there, 50 period moving average, as a potential area of resistance. But again, very nice bounce today. You got to give credit where it's due. But is there any sort of genuine power, true strength behind this bounce? Let's see if it can show some signs of progress. Real quick, I want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to get signed up. Or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, we have OGEN, and yeah, this one, no doubt about it, is a train wreck, and this is just one of these. For those of you that have watched past videos, you've heard me say there can be opportunity in the ugly, but you first have to have ugly, and yeah, this thing, very, very ugly. Now, the only reason why it catches my eye is, where was the price last time before leveling out and making a nice move? Right here. Where's the price at once again? Right down at that area. Now, I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because it was down here before and made a huge move, does that mean for sure guaranteed it's going to do it again? Absolutely not. But is it at least a rational, plausible thought where, okay, it gave up all those gains, but it's right back to where it was. So is there some sort of secondary, even if it's just a dead cat bounce, from a trading standpoint, dead cat bounces can be very profitable. I have no idea, but that is why risk management matters. Maybe you're looking at this and saying, I want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, and I understand that too because it is very ugly, but there is a strategy. I know some people enjoy it because you can structure some very interesting risk versus reward scenarios, which again assumes that you're disciplined in the first place, and this is one of those scenarios. So if you're looking at this and saying, yeah, I could see myself structuring a risk versus reward scenario, I like penny stocks, well then you could fit in the category of somebody that may want to keep an eye on this one for Thursday. Next one here, ACB, very nice looking chart here, nice pattern. So let's just get this drawn into play here. So we have our area of resistance right there. We have our support trend line right there, and let's just keep it one color so everybody can see it. So resistance, support, big move up. Golf hole down here. So yeah, another bull pennant pattern. I am going a little quicker through this one because you've already heard me talk about the bull pennant pattern, and I want to respect your time as much as possible. But yeah, we'll see if this can chop around a little bit, and if it comes up there, and it gets the break, does that break, even if it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy, create more upside buying pressure? We'll see what happens. Next one here, SMCI, and somewhat of what we just looked at, but a little different here because in this situation, the breakout has actually already happened. So we had this bull pennant forming on the day. So just to make it very crude drawing of it, there we go. There's our bull pennant. You can see that, yes, the price has indeed broken up through there. But that does lead to a very exciting and interesting question. That question being, is this the start of something bigger? Think about that question. It makes zero sense to ask it if nothing worthwhile has even happened. Wouldn't make any sense. But in this situation, something worthwhile has happened. What has happened? Well, this bull pennant has been broken. So is this break the start of something bigger? To be fair, I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing rolls right back over. But again, to be fair, that is a two-sided coin because, I mean, maybe it is the start of something bigger. Maybe this thing's getting ready to rip and roar moving forward. So if you like these scenarios where sure, maybe you missed the breakout, but the breakout could be leading to something even bigger in terms of momentum. So you're just kind of getting to wonder, hey, is this the start of something bigger? Then certainly keep an eye on this one. Next one here, TSLA Tesla. And this is what I meant about is this the start of something bigger? Because in yesterday's video, talked about that right there, how the price was breaking through it. Is that the start of something bigger? And got the answer today. Nope, that was just a nasty fake breakout as the price came down here. And now as I speak, the price is even breaking down below that secondary area of support. So I've been talking about 377.40-ish as that main area of support. And you can see right there, as I speak, price is down below there. Market's still open for another about 15 minutes. So I suppose in theory, there's time for the price to recover back above it. But as of right now, that's just a full-blown breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that level. But first key update comes about based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So in the very near term, that 377.40-ish area going to be the initial area of resistance. If the price does get back above there, then more so from an overarching standpoint, you're going to want to watch that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average, and then to zoom out here for where next potential areas of support are. As you're seeing, it's been a long time since the price has been on here. In fact, let's just go to the 4-hour time frame. So that means each one of these candlesticks now represents 4 hours of time. But we have to do this to try to figure out where the next potential area is. So yeah, this former breakout, I could see this being a potential bounce area right there around, we'll call it the 363.75 mark. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, no doubt about it. Rough day here for Tesla. Next one, ASST, and nice pattern here. Now, when I say nice, I realize there's a little perspective. Scalpers, day traders that bought right there that were trying to, buy and sell within 3 minutes. Yes, what are you using the word nice for? There's nothing nice. Fine, I agree. From your perspective, nothing nice, but I'm talking about more so from an overall standpoint. So as far as the pattern is concerned, got to think a lot of people have drawn something very similar to this in terms of a trend line. I don't know if it's that exact trend line, but something, to just illustrate the fact that, yes, there is a pullback that's currently occurring. So I'm not going to make the claim that that is the trend line that everybody is watching, but I am making the claim that everybody's, a lot of people are watching that general dynamic right there. And then as far as areas of support are concerned, you have a nice flat level right down here where this pullback finally stopped at the 0.718 mark. So maybe you already see where I'm headed with this. Not the first time we've looked at this sort of pattern. So there's our resistance. There's our support. There's the big upwards move. There's the golf flow down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So we've had several bull pennants, but I don't remember. I don't know if we've had any on penny stocks, but that might not be true. But anyways, if you like penny stocks, you like bull pennant patterns, then here you go, ASST. So that wraps up the top 10 stocks. Again, if you like what you saw here, then definitely go get signed up for the free live webinar. It'll be very soon, Thursday, February 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I hope to see you there. And as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, then please help me out by hitting the like button. And if you really want to just support the channel in a super free and easy way, hitting the subscribe button really does help out. So thanks for watching. And as you saw the whole video up at the top, if you do want to come trade with me, make sure to go to claytrader.com/team. We'd love to have you as part of the community. So thanks for watching. Take care.